Well, hi friends, I'm Brian Cosby. This is Provide and Protect, and today we're talking about Faraday bags. Why should you have one of these? Let's talk about it. So there are at least 3 good reasons to have a Faraday bag or a Faraday pouch like this. And this one's by Tigrett Outdoors, and I've done a review on their Radio Go bags. I'll talk about that later, but Radio Go bags, fantastic company, great guy that runs that. And this Faraday bag here is unique for a couple of reasons, and I'll get into that. But why, this is the big picture, why should you even have a Faraday bag or a Faraday pouch? Well, the idea of a Faraday bag or a Faraday pouch really goes back to 1836 with Michael Faraday, and the material, and he had a cage that could block signals. And the material is a metallized material, and the whole idea is that you can stop all kinds of radio frequencies, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, even key fobs, people getting your credit card information. I mean, all kinds of things, EMP attack. We'll talk about all that today. But this bag in particular is pretty unique, and because it has a couple of extra features on it. And this is called a dry shield Faraday pouch. And not only, obviously, for Faraday purposes that we'll get into, but also it has this dry bag, and I'll show you how this works in just a moment. But in here, you can see in here, you can put several kinds of devices, whether it's a cell phone, radio, again, credit cards, key fob, any kind of thing, any kind of electronic device that you want to protect or you want to secure as far as data or anything like that. So, number one, the first key reason I think you should have a Faraday pouch or Faraday bag is that you want to prevent hacking. So it is easy for criminals today with certain devices to get data off of your electronic devices. And so if you can put, like something like this, or a cell phone, or like I said, credit cards or other kinds of electronic devices that have data on them, and you don't want those to be hacked, well, then this is ideal. Something like this is ideal. The other reason, similar to that, is tracking. Let's say you don't want people to be tracking you, and you can put your phone in here or other kinds of devices that have location services on it, that you can put those things in here, and it cuts off all kinds of frequencies, radio frequencies, any other kinds of transmitting or anything else. It cuts all that off, and you just go dark. And that may be a situation, where, if you're traveling or something, or traveling through an area where you certainly don't want to be tracked, or let's say you're traveling, flying and somewhere else, and back to the hacking piece, and you just want to make sure that if you're putting your devices in your carry-on or in your check bag, you don't want that data to be stolen. So this would be a great option. So as you're traveling, throw your electronic devices in here that may have some data on it that you don't want to get out. Obviously, military and law enforcement use these things to isolate certain electronic devices so they're can't be tampered with for evidence, that kind of thing. So certainly the main reason for hacking, but also for tracking, and you don't want people to track you or know where you are. This is a great way to go. But a third reason is also EMP. So if you are concerned about EMP attack or solar flares that could shut down the grid or something, and let's say that you had a ham radio like this one. This is an amazing little ham radio here. If you had a ham radio and other people were prepared, good for them, and they had their ham radio in their Faraday bag, well, then they could still get this out, and other people with ham radios, they can still communicate in if there's a complete grid down situation. So here's how I use this. All right, so here's how I use it. In my vehicle and at home, I've got 2 of these. So I have one for my vehicle that I have radios in here that I keep in my vehicle. So if there was an EMP or something, and I needed to be able to access a radio and get calls out when there's a grid down or EMP or something else, I can still do that. And hopefully if you're watching this, you will too. And hopefully there's a big network of people that will be able to communicate as well. So that's one major reason I use it. Again, I mentioned travel already, but let's say you're traveling and you want to put your credit cards in here or something. That would be a great option for this. So how do you use this one in particular? So this is a really nice one, and I'll drop a link for this down below. Also, by the way, they sent this to me for review and to share it with you guys. So I was grateful for that. I have other Faraday bags, but this is by far the nicest one I've ever seen. It is just amazing material here. It's got MOLLE. You can see the MOLLE on the front and the back. Got these little straps here, so if you want to strap this, to something, you can. But MOLLE straps on here. But here's how this works, because it's also waterproof. It's also waterproof. So the idea, if you want to, I'll show you how this works. Let's say you have your radio, and you can do multiple radios. It's a big bag, right? So cell phone, multiple radios, whatever you want to. So especially if you have your family or friends, why not stick at least 2 or 3 radios in here, and then you can communicate with one another if there's, like I said, EMP or something else. So that'd be a great way to go. So anyway, so you got this bag right here, and the way this works, you got these clips right here. All you got to do is start folding this over like this, and then you clip these together like so. That's the waterproof part, right? So there's the waterproof part, and then you put this outer pouch around that right here and here. Actually, I probably did it one too many times. That's probably sufficient right there. Yeah. So then this outer part here just zips up, and it's a waterproof bag. It's a waterproof bag. So here's the zipper. And it's this waterproof kind of zipper here. So you got a double layer, kind of got this waterproof zipper here, you can see. And then you got your bag itself. So that is secure right there. So that's how that works. You just fold that inner bag up, unzip that, and then unlock this, roll this out, and then you can grab your radio. So that's how that works. So again, there's no reason not to have this. There's just no reason not to be prepared like that. Again, in this world where we're all interconnected, and there's so many people that have an intent to steal your data, your identity, all those kinds of things. And if you're traveling, or if you are concerned about people tracking you or EMP or anything like that, then I would highly recommend at least getting 1 or 2 of these. Again, I'll talk more about, I'll drop a link for Tigrett Outdoors down below, and also their Radio Go bag, which I did a review on. Amazing products. So check them out. Also, if you put in the code PROVIDE and PROTECT, all caps, you get 12% off your order. So again, like I said, they sent this to me just to show you guys, but man, I've never seen a better Faraday bag, and I have several, but this is the best one that I've seen. So check them out. Hope it's been helpful for you guys. And if you've not already done so, please consider hitting the like button and subscribing to the channel. Really appreciate you and your support. We'll see you on the next video.